ceiling array mics have sort of become the new standard in video conferencing rooms. It just frees up the table, it's cleaner sight lines, it integrates with the room design, so it's really the first choice solution most of the time. Most people are familiar with our MXA910, which has been very popular for several years now, but one thing we've been hearing from a lot of installers is that they're under pressure to get more jobs done in less time, and they need more flexibility for different types of installations too. One of the most important things is to be able to customize the audio coverage to match the space and to accommodate changes in the space, whether it's day-to-day or different table layouts or whatever. So the MXA920 has what we call automatic coverage. So you can place rectangles in our designer software that say, people will be here, people will be in here, people will be at this podium, and the microphone then does the rest to figure out how should it distribute audio coverage to pick up people wherever they are. And the great thing is, as people move around the room or they're seated in one section more than others, it automatically shifts the coverage to focus more on the people that are there. And at the same time, it's focused on the people that are there and not the other extraneous noises that you don't want to pick up. Well, it means you get clearer, more natural sound all the time on video conferences, so your far sight people don't even realize they're listening to a microphone anymore. It's kind of, become invisible to them audibly. The other nice thing is that you can do applications that were considered very difficult before, like voice lift and sound reinforcement, where maybe you need to feed an instructor's voice to a lecture hall full of students, and maybe you also want the students on the left side of the room to be heard by the students on the right side of the room. That actually gets very tricky sometimes, but the 920 lets you switch to a steerable coverage mode where you can split the outputs to feed to different loudspeaker zones. Well, we're doing even more because the power of software integrated with these advanced hardware products really means the sky is the limit. And like, for instance, one thing customers have been telling us is they want to do camera tracking in their installations, but they don't just want the camera to be at one side of the room or the other. They'd like to even do close-ups of the person speaking, and that hasn't been easy to do in a meeting room format. So the 920 actually puts out strings of data that give you X, Y, Z coordinates to the talker's face. So you can feed that information to your camera control system so that it knows not just what part of the room, but exactly where the talker is. So you can get a much more natural experience. There's really no end to what integrators are going to be able to do with this to both marry high-end sound with transparent video.